I rap LIB. That's who I am. You rap LIB. That's where I'm from. I rap LIB. That's who I am. I rap LIB. That's where I'm from. I rap LIB. I rap LIB. Rap LIB. I rap LIB. That's who I am. You rap LIB. That's where I'm from. I rap LIB. That's who I am. I rap LIB. That's where I'm from. I rap LIB. I rap LIB. Rap LIB. I rap LIB. That's who I am. You rap LIB. That's where I'm from. I rap LIB. That's who I am. I rap LIB. That's where I'm from. I rap LIB. I rap LIB. Rap LIB. I rap LIB. That's who I am. You rap LIB. That's where I'm from. I rap LIB. That's who I am. I rap LIB. That's where I'm from. I rap LIB. I rap LIB. Rap LIB. I rap LIB. That's who I am. You rap LIB. That's where I'm from. I rap LIB. That's who I am. I rap LIB. That's where I'm from. I rap LIB. I rap LIB. Rap LIB. I rap LIB. That's who I am. You rap LIB. That's where I'm from. I rap LIB. That's who I am. I rap LIB. That's where I'm from. I rap LIB. I rap LIB. Rap LIB. I rap LIB. That's who I am. You rap LIB. That's where I'm from. I rap LIB. That's who I am. I rap LIB. That's where I'm from. I rap LIB. I rap LIB. Rap LIB. I rap LIB. That's who I am.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, let me welcome you once again to another show, I Rap LIB. For those of you that don't know, I Rap LIB is a show dedicated to putting a spotlight on Liberian entertainers and Liberian entertainment. We try to talk about outstanding Liberians that are doing outstanding things in our entertainment industry. Sometimes we deviate a little bit and also reach out to other Liberians that are doing outstanding things, not necessarily in the entertainment industry. And I'm just happy today to have a gentleman. He was humble enough to agree to come on my show. We all know the man. I might be pronouncing his name wrong, but I believe his name is Sheikh Bassirou. If I'm pronouncing it wrong, he will correct me once he comes on. But I just want to say shout out to everybody that tuned in right about now. Before I even bring him on, let me just lay the premise. We're going to be talking about some of the stuff he got going on, how he got started, and all that stuff. And then halfway within the interview, I am going to open up the phone lines for you guys to call with your question or comment. I ask that you keep it short and to the point. And you guys know if it start going out of hand, I'm just gonna cut people off. But I'm pretty sure everybody respects this show, and it's not even gonna go that route. With that being said, let me introduce the gentleman. He was, like I said, kind and humble enough to take some time out of his busy life to come on my show. So, Bassirou, man, welcome to the show, brother. I've been trying to get you for like the longest. So thanks for taking the time to come on my show. How are you today?
I'm great, man. I'm great. Thanks for having me, to be honest. Thanks for having me. Been following you for a couple of years now. Heard about the good things you're doing and stuff. And it's always been unfortunate. I think that we tried to connect the last time when I was in Mali, but the interview never went because again, the communication between Africa and here. But and I'm excited to be on the show today.
Right, right. Thanks, man. Thanks, and you got a lot of people listening right about now. So just say what's up to the fans, the those that listen, that's watching you live on Facebook.
Hey guys, to those that watching out here, I rep LIB. You already, I mean, you guys know already stand what it stands for already. So just want to say thanks for coming in, tuning in, and just following the show. As you guys already know, most of you guys know, my name is Sheikh Bassirou Kanti, a Liberian to begin with, and I do what I do just to help promote the entertainment industry and all the Liberian businesses as well. So I'm here today to the invite of my brother, as you already know. I'll take your question, address issues that is out there, negative and positive, and hopefully we can all come to a common ground by the time this interview is over. So again,
Definitely.
thanks for having me, man.
Thanks, man. Thanks for coming on. All right. So before we even move forward, let's get to know who exactly is Bassirou. Yeah, I mean, when I first heard of you, the first time I heard of you, it was actually, uh, they said, oh, the guy that owned Royal Gold International.
Right, right, right.
And that's how I heard of you. And then I know there was a concert back in the day with Wizkid. I believe it was Wizkid or somebody else. And then I had
Yeah,
my Jane on my show, and then your name came up again. So before we move forward, man, quickly let us know who exactly is Bashiru. I know you're a businessman, but elaborate a little bit. And how did you
well,
get started into the whole entertainment? Let's go way back from the beginning.
oh wow. Phew. So if we go way, way,
Well, not
way
way,
back,
way back. You know what I
exactly, you
mean?
know what I'm saying? So let's just go back to Liberia and leave.
Okay,
Let's
okay.
go. Let's go back at least 8 years back. So it helps to narrow it down to the quicker term. But yeah, so Royal Go International. There's a company that I started during my years in college back in New York. Just the fact that I was on student loan and I got lucky, went on vacation to Mali. And on my way back, my dad looked at me and said, "Hey, listen, I ain't got money to give you, but take this, sell it, and do what you got to do with it." So came back about a week later to New York, went to the Diamond District, saw what I thought was just a little gold, and I ended up with 15,000. And to me, it was crazy because it was 8,000 in Africa at the time, and that's how Royal Gold was born. So Royal Gold was all about gold and diamond trading from 2003, mid 2003. Launched a company in New York. Royal Gold International was founded 2005. I thought to visit Liberia for the first time after leaving, during the war and stuff. And yeah, so went out there, saw the opportunity in doing businesses to be exact. By 2008, Royal Gold Liberia was born, and I just got there, everything that I thought a Lebanese was doing, that I could do it better, and so I did. Everything that were importing, Royal Gold got into importing it as well, but the American brand. Marched the price, competed with them for years, and fought them. Not to be politically correct or get into politics, but through the rigmarole ups and down with the who they know in government and what they could do to stop my containers and stuff like that. Having gold money at that point, I was willing to fight them to the fullest, and fight the fight I did give them. By 2009, Royal Gold was branded, and every Lebanese that was fighting me at the time, became friendly with Royal Gold, and we all started doing businesses together, politically up and down. I mean, so everybody got friendly, and I think in the same 2010, a year later, I was talking to a girl at the time, and she took me to a spot and we're chilling. This there's a song by the guy called Ice Prince Oluku.
Hmm.
Yeah, we're listening to it, and so the girl was trying to. The joke was the girl was trying to give me a difficult time to get her number, all that stuff. And then when she was dancing the song, and she said, "Wow, if any man can make me meet this guy, I definitely would. That would be my husband." So I'm like, you know what? I like the challenge. So the next day, surprisingly, I called my cousin by the name of Maruf. I said, let's go Nigeria and look for this guy to call Ice Prince. He thought I was joking.
For one
Yeah, bought
minute.
him. Yeah, but one minute, my man. So we bought a plane ticket. Went to the airport. Went to the airport in the morning. Bought a plane ticket. Flew to Lagos, Nigeria. Um, Met up, just guy in the street looking for Ice Prince. You know what I'm saying? It cost us about $30,000 by the time we finished. feeling losing money in the scam and then getting to the right person. And fortunately, within a week, was able to meet Ice Prince in his apartment. He thought we're crazy as well. Like I wanted to do a show for him, and he agrees to it. Asked me if I knew about entertainment. I said nah, but I'm just trying to impress this girl, so I want to do a concert with you. And he agrees. We paying, flew back to Liberia. Then we started booking the venue. I think at the time it was Deja Vu, if I'm not mistaken. We booked Deja Vu for the show. We started promoting the show and everything. Yes, and people thought I was joking. As God could have it, that show was very successful. That was my very first show in Liberia. It was very successful. Put a lot of Liberians on the platform at the time. After that, I sat down and I said, you know what? I think Royal Gold can just do everything. There's no limit. So Royal Gold got into entertainment. And I allocated a budget out of the gold company. I think the first budget was $100,000, and I just went after everything that had to do entertainment, all African affair, all white party. Like I just hit everything in 1 year. It was everything. So everything you see going on like bro today, all these big names and stuff. Royal Gold actually started 90% of those things. You know what I'm saying? And so with that, I started to invest in Liberian entertainment in the industry as itself, as in bring more foreign national in the country, and in this way use that platform to expose the little guys who say they are musicians or who trying to be like on the mega platform. And so with that in mind, I just kept bringing big names to Liberia. I mean, there's not a single name you can name that Royal Gold wasn't part of, in Liberia. And one of the good things that I told myself in the process of doing it is that I wasn't going to pay any Liberian equally to what I'm paying the mega artist who's already branded, but I was never going to let them to do it for free, regardless of how small compensation they were going to get. They were going to be treated well. They were going to get I think in history it shows that I'm the only person as a Liberian to do shows in Liberia and put Liberian artists, local Liberian artists living in the same Monrovia, put them in Kenneja Hotel, put them in Golden Gate Hotel, sleeping in the same hotel as the foreign artists, eating the same buffet as the foreign artists. So basically I needed them to feel like these guys are not important than you guys, yet they're being paid more. But on the personal level, if they sleep in hotel, y'all will sleep in hotel. Y'all will drink tea with them, eat the same food, and do everything. So, so that's how and that went on for years and years and years. And don't get me wrong, man. I'll tell you this much: if I should sit and really put an audit together about how much money it cost me and how much money I lost, I think by now I would probably say forget Liberian entertainment, because I can tell you there was nothing profitable about it. Up until Ebola. So I think. The sad thing to say is that Ebola was a disaster to Liberia and to those that lost their lives and stuff. But Ebola actually got me to a point where I had to sit down and say, well, I mean, what are you profiting by just investing in Liberian entertainment? You're taking money from the company and putting it in entertainment, but are you getting it back? So to say the least is that I was one of the only Liberians who actually invested in the nightclub substantial amount of money. I think almost 200,000, if I'm not mistaken, from the lease, to the renovation to everything, and then decide to turn the club into a Liberian club. To be exact, I think I named the first name I named the club was Club Temptation. It was doing terrible. I was losing a month. I was losing about what I think $20,000 a month just on employee. I have about 25 employees. Each person taking pay about $300 the minimum. The manager was taking pay about I think $1,200, and these are all US dollars. So I was losing terribly. So I started improvising. Okay, let's make Thursday and Friday night, a Liberian music night where we'll play one of the Liberian music, and apart from that, we'll make sure that we book different Liberian artists every weekend to come and showcase their talent. I did that for about 2 years, and again, it's terrible to say that at that point, every time we do it, to run the generator, I would run the 125 kVA generator. It cost me a nice $600 to run just on fuel. I wasn't even making $200 at the door, and I was charging $10 just to come and support, the artists. Liberian wasn't coming; they were going to the Lebanese Sport Club. And when you meet your own friends, then they say, "My man, they will come listen to the Fully Men singing. We'll get time for the men, But I didn't give up on them. I gave up at some point. But why did I give up? I gave up because Ebola came. and I had to take my company to Dubai and compare what I was making in Dubai to what I was losing in Dubai. At that point was like, well, I don't think Liberia is ready for a Liberian who's willing to sacrifice everything to get there. So with that said and done, I did Dubai for from 2014 up until 2016 and stuff like that. I think actually late 2016, and decided to move back to the US. Got back to the US, but I'll tell you to jump back a little bit. I will tell you why I went the route of just focusing on foreign national as entertainers. After losing about almost $750,000 in the lifespan of the nightclub and in the lifespan from the day I brought Ice Prince to opening the club and everything else, it was just terrible to the extent that I said, well, listen, let me try what you call it, like a Nigerian artist coming to the club for a one night show. You know what I'm saying? On the same night that I've already programmed Liberian artists to be doing shows. And I think that night we had Takunje, if I'm not mistaken, who was a very, very good guy also as well. It was Takunje, I think Mr. Smith, LIB Money, if I'm not mistaken, that's his name. And then another cat by the name of Bucket Raw. No, sorry, Lucky Bucket. Lucky Bucket, sorry. Okay. So Lucky Bucket, Takunje, and Mr. Smith. I said, listen, guy, we want to do a show, blah, blah, blah. And, I'm bringing this artist from Nigeria. And we're going to showcase it. So we went to Hot FM, a very good friend of mine, DJ Blue. We promoted the show. And we started selling, we'll sell tickets at the door for, I think, $25, $30. It was the very first show at the club. And you wouldn't believe the same people that were saying they would never spend money to come and watch and support Liberian musicians performing or doing anything. Those same people, before the club could open at 10 o'clock, we have already sold out the entire VIP section of the club. We have already sold out almost every ticket. I mean, the club was just overcrowded to the extent that the AC couldn't even function enough to hold the crowd. And so it was like, so I've been wasting money all these years, couldn't even get a club, couldn't even get 50% in the club. But a Nigerian artist shows up, and my door intake was $40,000 in one night. And I went, and so the next day after counting the money, everything, I'm celebrating and stuff like that, pay everybody that was involved, and then we did the concert and everything else. And after the Nigerian guys left, I sat down to myself. I was sitting in my office. I think in that same morning, Mr. Smith came to my office on Camp Johnson Road, and we're just talking and stuff like that. And I said, you know what? He said, no. I said, I think I just found a new name for the company. Royal Gold will no longer be part of the entertainment company from the day on. Sheikh Bassirou Entertainment is born, and people are like, "What are you talking about?" I said, because I just branded a Nigerian artist, and I made at least 10% of what I've lost over the years in one night. You know what I'm saying? And to me, it was okay. If this is how I'm going to get my money back, it is how I'm going to make the millions. Then, as a businessman, it was smart. It was a smart decision to make. So from that day forward, all I kept doing was just doing show back to back to back to back. And hey, check it out. I was getting sponsorship from Lone Star, from Nova Phone, from Cellcom. I'm getting sponsorship from Beer Factory, Club Beer, Coca-Cola. Everyone in Liberia, from the Heineken to the Lebanese community to everybody, became my major sponsor overnight. Because hey, now they're seeing that this guy is bringing the major artists to the country. So I started doing, and then I went to partner with Sound City out of Nigeria, to another friend of mine by the name of Iboa Mountain at the time. I just started bombarding, concert like every 2 months. I'll do a big concert, put like 4 or 5 Nigerian artists on the stage, and in collaboration with other local Liberians. And with that said and done, even the Liberians at the time, they were still looking at it like, well, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? You know what I'm saying? And there were a few of them that say, well, listen, this guy been losing money in this country since he put his foot in entertainment. So if he found a way to make money, I think we should support him, because at least we stay getting paid, And back then in Liberia, nobody was paying Liberian artists $500 to come and do a show. I was paying Takunje then $2,500, Mr. Smith $2,000. I was paying the regular guys in like $500, $600, $700. Depending on what they were doing, And I was also sponsoring, collaborations I have collaboration with Takunje in the pipeline with Jay Martin, until that blew out, it's a different story for a different day. But, it went on and on. And with that said and done, it's like, hey, listen, if that's how I got to recruit, after losing three-quarter of $1 million, then I got to go ahead and do it. Because, again, I have investors to answer to in Dubai, and I'm using Royal Gold money. That's to be doing gold mining gold and other stuff. So, so pretty much that's how the whole, Sheikh Bassirou Entertainment came about. And then that was it. So, Ebola kicked us out, came to America, Dubai, then back to America. Then working with different artists and working with different, like Tali Tampan out of the UK, working with the Starboy Entertainment when he broke up with Banky W. So my relationship with the Nigerian Entertainment Network becomes very huge because my very good friend is actually the owner of Nigerian Entertainment Award. So just being in that clique and seeing that these boys are making, these guys are charging 80,000, 70,000, 50,000 to do an appearance in a show, and I'm saying, like, you know what, if that's where I got to be as someone who wants to be in entertainment, then that's what I belongs. And I'm saying I'm not going to try to keep losing money because I want to support, because I know our people very well. You will go broke supporting them. Tomorrow morning they will point finger and say, oh, ain't saying he have money, you're passing it around here doing BB show here now, he begging for water in the corner. And knowing myself and knowing that the blessing I have, I cannot just squander my own blessings. I'm saying I can't go trying to please people and destroy the blessing that God have bestowed upon me. So I decided that, listen, blessing doesn't come with stupidity, it comes with wisdom. So be smart about it and use it wisely. So and this is what it is. So I think the first thing I did was that at my mansion in Potomac, I thought about, I think during the week of the LEA that was coming up, I think this year, I was like, you know what, every year LEA goes, they do one thing and they give an award. And then I compare it with other countries that I've been to on different award shows, like Ghana Entertainment Award, Nigerian Entertainment Award. And I see that these guys, they bring in foreign artists, put them in that award, incorporate them just as a boost to it. And the money they make from the award or show, they give back to charity, number one. Number two, they select 2 artists within that award show, and promote them to do collaboration funded by the Nigerian Entertainment Award or by the Ghana Entertainment Award. So that's how you see most of these boys, most of the Nigerian kids becomes, doing all this collab with big names and stuff like that. It's actually, most of them is not being funded by their own money. It's funded by Nigerian Entertainment Award. Don't get me wrong. It's a bit that goes up, you lobby for it, and through connection and intervention, and the organization will pay for the collaboration, whether it costs $1 or $100,000, And so I'm sitting, I'm like, that's something, that Liberian Entertainment Award should have, can do. So what I did was that to break the ice, I said, I'm going to do it at my own budget. Okay. So we're in the process of doing the mansion party. That had nothing to do with Liberian Entertainment or nothing, because, I don't know anything about nothing called Liberian Weekend as far as I've been living in America. So I said, we'll do it on a different day. We'll do our own, had nothing to do. We'll bring in flavor. We'll bring in a couple of superstars at the mansion. And what I would do is that I would, I allocated a $35,000 budget. I said I would sponsor 2 Liberian artists to do a collab with Flavor while Flavor is here on my budget. So I went on Facebook and I published it. Listen, at the end of the night, Flavor was selecting 2 Liberian artists to do a collaboration. It's paid for by SB Entertainment and so on and so on. So I had 2 kids. I'm not going to call the name due to the private disclosure that I signed with them. And I said, listen, you guys going to come and support the mansion party. After it, we'll fly to Florida and we'll do a collaboration with you. But the way in which we'll do it, to make your look big, it will be flavor featuring your instead of your featuring Flavor, And I think I remember signing a contract that says that the YouTube sales, that SB Entertainment will get 40% of the YouTube sale, Flavor will get 30%, and then whoever the artist is at the time will get another 30%. And I remember, this is business. I'm always taking more. I always negotiate in my favor, to be exact. Everything was agreed upon. I didn't even know this case had managers. So we did that. after the show, everything was great. And the long story short, we set the schedule to fly to Miami. We booked the venue, we got the camera crew, everything was paid for. And then I called these guys. I think 2 days later. Listen, guys, I email you guys the ticket, hotel reservation. But since we're all in the same DMV area, you coming from Philly and the other person coming from ATL, let's meet him in Baltimore, and we fly from there to Miami and make it easy. You know what I'm saying? So we all can just stay at the same hotel. I remember the guy telling me, both of them, almost like they synchronized their conversations. I remember both of them telling me, yeah, about that, after we read the contract, and then, my manager saying that, you got to call him and that kind of thing because, and this and this and this. So I'm like, hold up. Y'all got me to spend $35,000 non-refundable to support a collaboration with Flavor of all people. And now you're telling me you got a manager because why I'm taking 40%, and you're telling me that your manager said I should call him. I said, let's understand one thing. If your manager really likes your career, he would be calling me, not me calling him. I said, but let me tell you one thing. I don't negotiate in favor of anybody, and I'm not here to disrespect you or your manager. But if you think that you're not going to go for the event, for the video, that's fine. I'm cool with it. It doesn't. Money to me, money is given by God. You know what I'm saying? I don't cherish money. I cherish the blessing that God gave me. So what I'm gonna tell you guys, one way or the other, this video is gonna go on. And so I thought they were messing with me. We got to Miami. We spent a whole day postponing the shoot. Call these guys out. They demand that we should change the contract. We should do it this way, that way, etc., or they can't do the video. And what did I do? I just said thank you. It was nice knowing you guys, etc. I remember walking into the Flavor room that night, and I'm like, yo, bros, what's up? I say, you realize that I'm not a musician? He said, yeah. I said, okay, these 2 videos that we're about to shoot, you are featuring me in the video. And he said, what do you mean you featuring me? I said, I already paid you, right? The money is not refundable. The camera crew is not going to refund the money. The hotel is not going to refund the money. So the video must go on. So whatever you do, use 2 of your own music, shoot the video, but I need to be featured in the video as a big boss. You know what I'm saying? And I remember everybody laughing at me like, are you trying to do Donald Trump thing where you go to Hollywood and pay your way into Hollywood? I'm like, well, if that's what I got to do, that's what I got to do. So the joke was funny. And then the next morning at 5 o'clock, he asked me, he said, I just want to wake you up to make sure that what you say in the show, because why don't you shooting at 10? So I said, sure, I don't care. And then, we went to a dance studio, pay about, I think it was 50 or 60 girls, to be in the video. And we shot the video, and signed the contract. The video was shot. One of the videos called Baby Nanyo, which we just released, I think, last week.
Yeah, I saw it. I watched that video.
Exactly. There's another one also called Grows Loose. The audio is out. The video, we're going to be releasing the video this weekend or either sometime next week. So we shot those 2 videos, and I really didn't care once I was in the video. So I said, listen, y'all do the thing. Make sure I'm in it, so at least I'm getting my money worth. And so that's how people that see me in that video, they don't understand the concept of that video, but that's how I ended up in that video, because it was either you lose the money or you get exposure. So I went for the exposure. And so that's what it is. After that, I think I started and thought about I don't know how to do anything small, first and foremost. So I decided okay, this is what I would do. I'm gonna go ahead and do a budget to do one of the biggest concerts. So there was a lot of rumors going around in Philadelphia and Minnesota that Wizkid is impossible to get. Nobody can do Wizkid because Wizkid charged this amount of money, and people been trying to bring him. So I remember a friend of mine by the name of Levi Jones. He picked up the phone and called me. He said, "Listen, man, I'm about to go on Facebook. I'm about to challenge you because I know you don't like challenges. And anybody challenge you, if it costs $1 or $1 billion, so long you can afford it, you're definitely going to go ahead and do it." So I didn't know what the challenge was. And when I woke up, I saw people calling me like, "Yo, Levi tagged you into some kind of Facebook thing about Wizkid and this and this and this." So I read it, and I think it said something like, I know every Liberian got money, but there's one person I know that money, you have no respect for money besides blessings. And I can assure you, I'm challenging him to bring Wizkid and do something big with Wizkid in America, since nobody can bring it for the past 2 years. So when I read it, I called Levi. I said, you know what? I hate challenges. And not only that, I would just bring whiskey, but I would do a show that no African have done in the United States. I will lobby for partnership that no Africans have been approved for in the United States. You know what I'm saying? And I will make that be my first legacy, as in the next big thing. So when we was doing the conversation, I think we had a conversation around 12 o'clock in the afternoon. And then he said, so what are you going to do? I said, as I'm talking to you, I'm driving to the airport. He said, to do what? I said, I'm flying to Lagos. So leave out. So he thought I was joking. And the next morning, he called me on FaceTime. He said, if it's true, that means you should be in Lagos. So I said, call me. I was just walking out of Murtala Mohammed airport. And I turned the camera around. I said, I just landed in Lagos. I'm going to Wizkid, to Sunday Ari office. And then he was like, you are the most insane person I know. So yeah, I went, I met Sunday, and he welcomed me very well, and he told me why Wizkid hasn't done show over the years and stuff like that. And I said, well, listen, I need whatever it's gonna cost me. I need to do a show. I already promised people I'll do a show, and need to do a Wizkid. I want to be the first person to do a show with Wizkid before you even go on tour. You know what I'm saying? I don't want a tour date. I want my own date. And then at the time, Budweiser was lobbying for Wizkid to do a show in July. So then he said, "But we got a Budweiser contract. Budweiser is offering Wizkid $80,000 to do a show." So I said, "Budweiser got more money than me. Why are they offering Wizkid $80,000? They should be offering more." I said, "Listen, let's do it this way." And I think I had $80,000 in my bag at the time. So I opened my bag. I said, "Here is $80,000 cash. If I get the contract before I reach the United States, I'll give Wizkid 21 C in LA." And then he looked at me like, excuse my French, he said, "That's why I let the F for you." And I said, "You know what? Let's make it happen." We shook him, no contract, nothing. And I flew back. I called Levi. I said, "Yo, I got Wizkid for July 1st. He said, "But how will you get Wizkid on July 1st? Wizkid supposed to be doing a show for Budweiser." I said, "Budweiser got money. I got contact. Now let's see what money and contact does." So, went to LA 2 weeks later, met up with the kid. He welcomed me based on our other past show from Freetown and other country with their shows. So he was excited to know that I actually knocked Budweiser out of the bid. And he said, "Listen, I always love working with you. Let's go, let's promote, let's make it happen." And we started promoting. I think the first person I called when I left from LA, the kid by the name of Young Moose, because I used to hear about him and stuff like that. So, I hit Joel up and said, "Yo, listen, this is who I am," etc., etc. Joel said, "Damn, dude, everybody in entertainment knows about you. So you calling me, you have no idea what you want." So I told him, I said, "Listen, this is what I'm doing. I'll need you on board." Now, remember, we have no venue at the time, and Wizkid got paid already, but I don't even have a venue. So we had the joke, and he said, "I will help you with a venue in Philly, and this and this and that." And he went ahead, he tried, nothing worked. And then I signed the contract with Young Moose. What I told him was, I said, "Listen, y'all send your contract for your artist, Young Moose. I will sign it, and I would do as the contract said." So they sent the contract. Whatever the contract said, I didn't fight it. I just signed it. You know what I'm saying? Send it back. Financially, everything was set. We still ain't got no venue. So we tried in Philly for a couple of weeks. No luck. And then I said, "You know what? Doing it in Philly, it will be stigmatized at the Liberian show. I will take this show to DC. I will contact Live Nation. I will contact Ticketmasters, and I'll see what I can do." So I got on the phone. I started pulling strings here and there. And when I reached out to Ticketmasters, the first thing they said was, "We need to see your financial, your 2 year tax return, and this and that." Because the difference with Ticketmaster and Eventbrite, you can just go and list your own ticket. Ticketmaster, you don't list your own ticket. You got to pass all kind of screening tests, and then when they feel that you qualify enough, then they decide to do a contract and then list your ticket on their site. So they went, and then they contacted Live Nation. I was interviewed and all the whole rigmarole and stuff like that. And then I said, "Let me look for the largest venue." So that's when we discovered Echo Stage as the largest venue between New York and Maryland. And then we went out to Echo Stage. Echo Stage said, "Well, to use our venue is $30,000 plus $70,000 bar guarantee." So I laughed. I said, "Well, no problem," And then the guy says, "Is it an African artist?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "I don't want to do African artists because the last two we did here, we didn't even sell 50 tickets. They were just terrible." So I said, "Who?" I said, "Who the name is there?" He said, "Well, we did one by the name of P Square, and that one we sold like 300 tickets, and my venue took about 4,000 people, and it's terrible. So I don't want to do African." So I said, "Let's do it this way. I'll give you $100,000 bar guarantee, and I'll give you a 30,000, and I'll do a contract. If I sell any ticket less, if I sell a ticket less than 4,000 tickets, keep all the money that I make from the door, keep the performance guarantee, and let me walk away a loser. Now this guy is a Russian boy. He looked at me, he laughed. He said, you sound like a mafia. I said, what do you mean? He said, because only mafia knows what they're doing to challenge everybody. He shook my hand. He said, let's sign the paper tomorrow. Next day, his lawyer sent me the paper, review it, signed the document, went back to them, and Echo Stage became part of the show. 2 years later, Ticketmaster sent me the approval letter that in collaboration with Live Nation, they're gonna do it. But I should understand that if for any reason it doesn't look good, Ticketmaster will pull out of it in the middle of it and refund everybody money. So that was even scary. It was even more scary. With that said, I then told myself, well, listen, let me put a promotional team together. So I went out, sent out requests to all promoters in the DMV area all over the country, and I was lucky to get about 113 promoters, producers, just a whole team. And then everyone went to work right after signing their own contract. So basically, everybody signed a contract to go to work. And then I started there, and then my production team said, because we're trying to do the show big, we don't need to pay local artists. Local artists pay for this kind of event to use the platform. So I'm like, that sounds interesting. And then they put out the request. Before we realized, we got $6,000 in less than 4 weeks from a Ghanaian artist. The Nigerian artists that were on the show pay $1,500. The Ghanaian artists pay $1,000. They put it the Latino girl that sang on the show, she paid $1,800. Because when I heard her music, I was like, this is complete, no disrespect, this is complete mess. The poor laugh at the kid, you know what I'm saying? But for me, she was sexy like God knows. I mean, she's a beauty. So I'm like, I'm gonna just market the beauty part of it and take the money and and put her on the stage. So we took the 1.8. So I literally make about 6,000 or 7,000 in that short period of time. And then I'm like, you know what? But I already decided to pay Young Moose. So let me see. I need another Liberian artist who's a female. The next person came across this girl called Scarlett White. I looked at her. I'm like, I don't think I like her because why? The song she using Wizkid beat to sing a song. I'm like, this is not an artist. This is just a cappella performance. So I said, but let me call her, give her the benefit of the doubt. So I got her number, hit her up. This is who I am, blah blah blah. And she said, yeah, I hear about you. Da, da, da. And we spoke. She was very humble, respectful. And I said, listen, send me your contract. I'll put you on the show. I'll pay you this amount. I'll give you this and da 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 da. And please don't make me shame because everything I see on YouTube, I'm not impressed. But do justice when you get here. She laughed. She said, I will impress you, and so on and so on. And her contract was signed right away. You know what I'm saying? The next person, a friend of mine reached out to me and said, oh, there's a guy by the name of Bassirou in Philadelphia. He's very good and this and this and this. So basically, Liberians started reaching out to me, telling me where other Liberians was that can sing and do what they do. And before you realize, I had 10 Liberians on the lineup. And now I'm sitting like, so these 10 Liberians going to literally cost me anywhere between 5,000 to 14,000 just paying them alone. Which of course to me was stupid. But I let know, listen, it's better to pay them because I know how people can talk. If you pay them according to their own contract, if it goes wrong, at least they got paid. Nothing else they can say. If the show was a mess, they would still say at least they got paid. So that was the whole idea of paying Liberian artists. Okay, let's pay them so that they are satisfied. So everybody sent their contract out. And don't get me wrong, 95% of the people that signed contract, I didn't write the contract. They wrote their own contracts. Okay. Now, because they're not too inclined to what entertainment is, they just go and write one or two pager and how much they get paid, what they will do, what they will not do, and they leave it. They don't know about something called a rider or production rider or there's so many things into entertainment that is left out. So to say the least, what happened was I just went with the flow. I'm like, if that's what your contract said you should do, that's what we're doing. So we signed out the contract, made deposit to every single person that required deposit before performance, and so on and so on. And that was, and that's how that whole show was playing. And then we got to all the radio station in DC. We got to the radio station in, pretty much everywhere we could target Africans. We got radio station going, and then Ticketmaster doing their own, Live Nation doing their own. And that's how tickets started selling. I mean, tickets started going crazy, you know. And so in the process of the promotion, with the exception of Scarlett White, Tama Ali, and I think few other artists, none of the other Liberian promoters were promoting. Liberian artists that was on the lineup was promoting the show. You know, rumors had it that, oh, the man just faking, who will pay Wizkid, I cannot pay the money. I mean, you know, this and this and this and that. So they wasn't really promoting. You know what I'm saying? Some of them were like, well, I'm not a promoter. I'm a performer. The man paid me. He didn't pay me to perform. He didn't pay me to promote. He paid me to perform. And so I started hearing the rumors. You know, so I got my Ethiopian crew, you know, because they were neutral, they're not in the West African community, to start doing research on all these artists' names that was coming back to me. And it turns out they will go on their Facebook pages, they will come to the office in the morning and say, oh, yo, Sheikh, isn't the guy on the show? Why is he doing show here? Why is he doing show there? Why is he promoting that show but he's not promoting our show? You know? And so I said, well, listen, the contract say I can cut anybody off 15 days towards the show. So let's start cutting people. And that's how we cut every Liberian out of the show. Like, I can tell you there was no 2 Liberian guaranteed to be on that show, was Scarlett White and Tama Ali. But the rest of them was completely out, like 0 out. You know, because if you're not promoting the show, that means nobody coming because of you. So we really don't need you. And as God could have it, about a month of the show, tickets sold out. So when we sold out a ticket, now, being an African, we need to milk it. So we contacted Ticketmaster and said, listen, we know you guys have a regulation. The fire code say we can't put more than 4,000 people in the place. But, you know, we have our cousin there. My mom got 50 children, you know. So, we did the whole Liberian thing. And they said, well, okay, so the family tickets and the artist family, and so how many tickets that you need to add up? So to add 2 more thousand tickets on it, you know, and whatsoever. And they were like, well, we cannot print the price on the ticket, you know, but we'll give you 2,500 tickets more, and you'll make sure the tickets are free tickets. Now, you're talking to a Madingo businessman, he's telling you free ticket, you know. So, you know, we signed that contract, it'll be free. And the next thing you look at, the next thing you know, I released the 2,500 tickets, you know, on the Liberian team that sell on the black market for $65 a piece. And within 2 weeks, we sold 2,500 tickets at $65 a piece, quietly, without Ticketmaster knowing nothing about it. And so we already knew that we were expecting 5,200 people on the night of the show, you know. And so we just sitting there. And then I was on vacation in Vegas, and a very good friend that I just started to know recently, Bassirou, called me, you know, and we spoke about why, you know, he's not on the show. And I was very honest with him. I told him, I said, listen, this is the reason why you're not on the show, et cetera, et cetera. I think apparently at the time, Bucky having seen the contract with his management that he signed. So, you know, he expressed what he had to express. And I said, listen, we're all Liberian. I need you to shine because actually there are too many girls that are calling me about you. And those girls now I need them on my team. If I don't put you on the show, I guarantee you, by the time I don't, it will be messed up for me. You know, so we laugh about it, you know what I'm saying? And that's how we laugh. And I said, you know, just do the right thing, you know what I'm saying? And he said he promised he'll do the right thing, that he'll start promoting. And he kept it under the bargain. The next morning when I woke up, I mean, he was blogging, he screenshot it, he sent it to me, and we started becoming good friends. You know, we'd text every night and then I would text him and I said, listen, I can't wait for you to bring the heat. You know, all those kind of, you know, motivational, you know, text messages were back and forth. He's a cool cat as far as I know, you know. So life went on. Same thing happened to Young Moose called me. Young Moose, I mean, his production team, the guy is my friend for years. I didn't even know he was on Young Moo's team. As soon as he called me, I couldn't even say nothing. I was like, listen, if it's you, Young Moose is a cool kid. You know, we're gonna make this happen. I need Liberians to show America that we got what it takes. You know what I'm saying? And so the whole idea was Liberia proving the point that this is not all about Nigeria. We can shut it down as well. You know. So I was like, you know what? I would drop some of the foreign acts. I'll put more Liberian, and let's make this happen. So all the Liberian artists started promoting. You know what I'm saying? We had Christoph, we had everybody now, all the musicians on the Liberian team started promoting, and as God could have it, but they knew that the show was sold out, because the one thing I told them was that I don't need you guys because it's so, I mean, we sold out. You know, we just went to cash our check. We sold out. But I cannot do a show as a Liberian, knowing that I started this in Liberia and leave you guys out of it. You know what I'm saying? So forget about the past. We're moving forward. We got great things to do. We're taking over. You know what I'm saying? And on the day of the show, we went and as God could have it, um, nobody in the history of Echo Stage, nobody in the history of Africa Entertainment America have had that kind of show. One night, one stage, sold that much ticket, make that much money. And I mean, up until now, we got Nicki Minaj and everybody else talking about this wonderful show, all over the place. To my greatest surprise, I was surprised to be told that, hey, there are people on Facebook saying this and saying that and saying this and saying that about the show. So I said, well, I mean, professionally speaking, I don't think I did anybody wrong. I signed a contract that they sent me. I kept every part of the contract. So, but when I watch everybody's different negative video, I think the point I was trying to listen for was to see where in their video they were going to say I didn't pay, or what I signed for I didn't get it. And then also the media from the Liberian side, the interviewers, when I witnessed some of the things, it's very downhearted, as in you asking all the questions, but you're not asking the right question. And the right question to me would have been, did you sign the contract? Was there any part of your contract breached by SB Entertainment? But we Liberians, we are very good at the negative than the positive. So they take the negative part and run with it, as in, let's make news out of it. And to be honest, my show was never a Liberian show. My show was an international show held in the United States of America on an international platform. You understand? I have done shows around the world that I brought 50,000, 80,000, 100,000 people on one stadium. You know what I'm saying? So to me, this show was very small. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? We made substantial amount of money by the blessing of God. But when you compare this show to other shows I've had around the world in Africa and stuff like that, it's like, it's nothing strange to me. So the only frustrating part was, I think I was supposed to charge them. In that way, they would say no, then they won't be on the show, and I won't have this problem. Because honestly, the other foreigners that I talk about, maybe $7,000-8,000 from collectively, they been inboxing me, knowing about the next show, because right now everybody heard about the next show, October 1st, which is Africa Meet America. Supposedly Tia might be on the show. We're just trying to tie things into place. And so this same group, these other people are offering me same amount of money they offer me, like, we just want to be on your team and this and this and that, et cetera, et cetera, And then someone tagged me into a blog post about this little girl by the name of Scarlett White. And when I read it, it made me to feel like I got to keep doing this, because with all the negativities, there are few people there who will always value what you do, and who will speak the truth. And what she posted and what she spoke about in her post is actually the truth. I came with an aim and a goal. I signed a contract. Whatever the contract, I came to get paid. I got paid. I came to perform. I performed. I was taken to DC. I was told I was meet Wizkid, and I met him, and I spoke to him one-on-one, and I gave him so she cherished every moment of what she signed for, without even saying anything negative about anything, So again, my thing is, I tell people say, why you have to respond to every post that people post negative about you on Facebook? I'm like, well, when you take Donald Trump's phone for him at 3 o'clock in the morning, then maybe I will start posting. But as long as Donald Trump posting, I'm posting, because rich people we ain't get time to go sit down and let somebody talk. We won't talk. You know what I'm saying? And and the more negative you are, the more positive I become. I don't go. I'm not here to talk about. I know they all did a great job, and that's why when I did my video, and I called them by names, and I told them, and I said to them directly, you guys are great artists, and I appreciate you guys being part of the show, and I thank you guys. You can go as long and try to stab me in the back and try to make me look as bad as possible. That's good for you. Maybe you think that gain you fan and do you everything. The only thing that tells me is that, who we are as a Liberian, and what I have to do the next time I do anything. And to say the least, nothing anyone can say negative about me that will make me to turn my back towards Liberian entertainment industry, or to turn my back towards Liberian musicians. Because the same people that say negative about me today, if they pick up the phone and call me and say, yo, can you sponsor my video? It costs $50,000. I'll write you a check for $50,000. I need to be breaking the sweat. Well, I need to get the 40% on the YouTube rights. And I'm just saying, so let's be very clear. I'm a businessman. So you can cost me all you want to cost me. If you need money, you want to do something, I know that your video is going to be hot. Listen, I'm ready to invest. And listen, that's all about it. It's about Liberia first. I mean, God first, like Liberia follow. Everything else is business. You know what I'm saying? And if we can unite together, you know, a lot of people like this guy Polo, the Nigerian multi-millionaire Polo, who make all his million out of entertainment. The only reason why Nigerian entertainers respect him, and he's the same guy that owned One Africa Fest, is because when they were all struggling, Polo was like in my position. He was the one giving them money to do collabo, yeah. Go do your video, go do your airtime, go do the one, go do that one, etc., etc. And they all owe him the loyalty. That's why when he said, I need 20 artists to come do One Africa Fest, they all show up for almost free, you know. And Liberia entertainment industry, I'm not trying to say I have 10% of what Polo have, but I'm blessed enough through the mercy of God that I can fund any amount of video from any amount of artists. I don't care if they are 200 artists, they say they're good musicians. If your music is right, and I feel that I can make money with you, I can do a collabo with you. You think Wizkid did a collabo with what's his name, Drake, and the video was shot and Drake is out of the video. I would pay for a collabo with you and Drake will be in the video. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I'm about when it comes to supporting Liberian entertainment. So I'm not competing or running competition with anybody. You know, I'm just straight about business. And when it comes to business, it's about the investor winning. And if the investor cannot win, then you're not a businessman. So my advice to every Liberian artist out there that looking to work with any other entertainment, you know, or management company and stuff, make sure that your management team is good enough to protect their interests. Make sure that your management team research what music and entertainment industry is all about. And because just having a contract is not all to it. You understand? You have to make sure that you understand what a router is. You understand what, you know, like I would not get on that stage unless my water is cold. I won't get on that stage unless I know that I'm drinking tea. You know what I'm saying? And so if you don't value yourself, a businessman is only about his money. He's not going there to go try to spend more money, because if he start giving you a bottle of Moet bottle of champagne, I mean, you caught it in his profit, you know. So he's looking at it like, well, I didn't have bottle and champagne conversation. So I will put 5 bottles in the room for everybody. Whether you're 20, you're sharing. You know what I'm saying? I will put, and you know, let's be honest. We would have never given our brothers and sisters hot water to drink. You understand? There was a barrel in the room, and in that barrel we had ice water, bottle of water on ice. Then the sack of water that we bought from Costco that was stacked in the back. It's in the sack. It's stacked in the back. Obviously, it's not there for you to drink. Okay? But people started ripping the sack open and taking bottle from there at room temperature. I'm not there to ask you why you're opening it. Okay? My production crew is not there to tell you, so don't open it. You see in the drum is right there with water in it on ice, and you see in the one stack. But maybe you feel that you're a celebrity, you don't want to put your hand in drum to take water, so you want to take it from the plastic one that's sitting right there, and you did what you had to do, you know. So I think it's good that Bernice was in that room and she took picture of the ice, the bucket on the table, and the beer can, the Heineken can, and everything else, etc., etc. It didn't get that by magic. It was put there for them, and when they drank it and ran out of it, they started drinking what they wanted to drink. I wasn't in the room. I can't speak to what I didn't see. But I can speak to the fact that no one was intentionally giving a cup of coffee and calling it a cold water. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Let's hold that thought there right now, Bassirou. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks to everybody. You heard Bassirou's story in details. I mean, for those of you that did not know who he was or is, I'm pretty sure you guys have gotten a clear picture of the brother and the things that he's doing, according to what he said. I got more to talk about. We're going to open up the phone lines now. The number to call is at the bottom of the screen. For those of you that cannot see it, it's 412-927-0162. Once again, it's 412-927-0162. That's the number to call. If you're outside of the country and you're watching this right now, you'd like to call to ask a question or comment, just look for Radio LIB or Radio LIB Legend on Skype and give us a call. Let's take this first caller real quick, Bassirou. Caller, thanks for calling. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello?
Yes, caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Okay, so Lincoln, how you doing, brother?
I'm fine. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
All right. My name is Mike Wilson, calling from Miami.
Hey, Mike, so what's up to Bassirou?
All right. Long-time follower, first-time caller. Bassirou, how you doing, sir?
I'm good, my brother. How you doing, man?
All right, I've been following this whole thing from DC for the longest, man. But I just heard your side of the story. I heard that all the people's side. As a businessman, brother, I respect exactly what you're doing. I'm a
Thank you.
small time promoter myself down here in Miami, struggling hard to put LIB on the Miami scene over here. Hard. All the artists I speak to, first of all, the fan base, the Liberian fan base is not deep over here. Everybody behind me won't go to Miami. I can't 100 Liberian people in a club. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So with the business side of everything, they don't understand what's really happening, what's behind the scene, what people got to go through. But anyway, I respect you, brother. I respect what you're doing. Keep up the good work, I hope to get in contact with you one time to do something with you, brother.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man.
All right, caller, thanks a lot for calling, man. I appreciate the phone call.
All right.
All right. 412-927-0162 is the number to call. 412-927-0162 is the number to call. For those of you that are asking questions in the comment section, I'm pretty sure he already addressed it. Some of the questions, somebody is saying, so you took advantage of them because they are not business savvy. I don't know how you will call that advantage after he explained his part of the story. If you believe his story, then I don't know where you see the disadvantage from. Let's take this other caller real quick. Caller, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, Lego, my name is Tio. I'm calling from Minnesota.
Pierre, you said?
The Cornerstone calling from Minnesota.
Oh, Cornerstone, thanks for calling. Say what's up to the man, Bassirou.
Hey, Baz, what up?
I'm good, Tio. What's up, man? Go ahead, kill me while I live.
I come and kill you.
Let me
just do it real quick. I appreciate the show. Whatever, you and myself are on the same page. If you sign a contract, if you don't review it, it's on your part. So my only thing I have to say is that the manager have to do better next time. But my only little problem I have was when I was listening to the Bernice did with Wizkid.
Mm-hmm.
So while they were in the car, she was interviewing Wizkid. She asked Wizkid who was Wizkid's favorite Liberian artist. And Wizkid said, "Oh, don't put me on the spotlight. I love all the Liberian artists. Everybody doing their thing." Then Wizkid asked her, "Who is your favorite Liberian artist?" She said, "Friday the Selfie Man."
Mm-hmm.
And right away you came in, you say Friday the Selfie Man is a comedian. Matter of fact, he's not even a musician, he's a comedian. Whatever he be doing, that's not music. So I feel like
let me interrupt you for a second.
Right, go ahead.
I never said. Let me be very clear. I never said whatever he be doing is a joke or is a comedian act or is a comedic act.
If he
said
he was a comedian, so definitely that just follows.
No. Just say exactly what I said, because when you try to enhance
you
it,
say,
then
all right, wait, Tio, one at a time, one at a time, guys, one at a time.
Right,
Tio, listen, I was there when I said what I said because I know what I said because I was there.
And I listened to what you said.
What I said was very simple. When she mentioned his name, I haven't interacted with the gentleman. I didn't know what it was, so I said, "Friday the Selfie Man, isn't that a comedian?" That was the question. He's not a comedian. She's like, "No, he's not a comedian. He's a musician."
You didn't ask the
Tio.
Yeah.
You should know. You've been watching my show, right?
Right. Go ahead, Link.
Okay. Yeah. Let's talk one at a time. When you were talking, he didn't interrupt you. Thank you.
Sorry about that.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So the question. I think my comment was more like a question to Bernice, and then she laughed. I think if I'm mistaken, she laughed and she said, "No, you mean to tell me you don't know who Friday the Selfie Man is?" I was like, "Nah. I mean, I think he's a comedian." Because from the name and stuff like that, and I think we had a joke about it. Wizkid didn't know who Friday the Selfie Man was. As far as Wizkid know, according to what he was supposed to do, is that don't favor any Liberian artists. You got two Liberian artists you'll bring on stage at the end of the night, which was supposed to be Bassirou and Young Moose at the end of the night. But there was a reason why he brought me on stage instead of bringing them on stage. That's a different story for a different day. Which of course Bucky manager and I spoke about that. I think the day of the show, and it was basically declined by his manager. I said, "No, you're not bringing my artist on the stage 2 times. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So you decide, you either open or you close.
All right,
So
go ahead,
that
Tio.
No, that's a whole different thing.
Go ahead, Tio. Go ahead. You got
Yeah. So what I was saying that I just felt like it was being the way you sounded, the way how you saying it was. I know how I heard it. I'll put
Okay,
it. I
let
can
me
put it.
say
Bassirou, let him land. Bassirou, let him land.
Yeah, you know. But I just feel that the environment, Wizkid in the car, Wizkid manager with a lot of foreign people in the car, and here Bernie's trying to sell one of our own people. She's just trying to sell them. It's possible that Wizkid could say, "Oh, maybe who is this person? Let me listen to that music." But the fact that you just join me like he's a comedian, I don't know what you meant to say the way you are saying it right now. I just feel like it didn't go right, like,
Okay.
and that's just how the whole thing just went sideways.
and let me say this. Let me say this.
All right,
I don't know
before
at that moment.
Okay, before you address that, Bassirou, Tio, thanks for calling, man. I appreciate the phone call and your input. Let him just address it because the phone line is going off the hook, and I ask that people keep it short. So thanks for calling and giving us your input. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you, Lane.
All right, Bassirou, if you want to address it, go ahead.
Yeah. So again, I don't know who Friday is, to be honest. God knows my heart very well. But without further ado, I would like to take this opportunity. If I offended Friday in any way whatsoever, okay, Friday, if you listen to this podcast, to this interview, wherever you may be, personally from my heart, I apologize to you. If you think that I said anything disrespectful to you, I never meant it disrespectfully. It was a joke. I was the one driving the car. Wizkid was in my car. Okay, there was no bunch of foreign artists nowhere. It was my bodyguard, Wizkid security, Bernice, and Doomin. That was it, and it was just a fun ride. I actually set up that interview for Bernice, and I was just trying to get involved in it and have a conversation. But I'm even willing to make it up to you if it makes it any better. I can schedule a one-on-one meet and greet with you and Wizkid. I'm bringing him back. We got a few more shows to do. We'll be in Minnesota. I think if I'm not mistaken, you should be from Minnesota. If you want to meet him on a different term, either for having listened to your music for at least an hour, I can make that happen for you just to prove to you that there's no disrespect to you anyway. So in that way, again, my apologies sincerely from my heart.
Okay, that was genuine. I appreciate that, Bassirou. Let's take this other caller. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, what's up, Lincoln? This is Tio calling from Canada.
Well, how many Tio keep calling you? Tio, thanks for calling, man. Say what's up. I thought it was you on the line first. Say what's up to Bassirou.
No, I'm mad. I'm not calling from your America.
I was wondering why you are in Minnesota.
Hold on, is this P.O. or Tio? P.O. or P.E.O.?
I think the guy name was P.O. because this is Tio now.
The first one was Theo. The first one was Theo.
Oh.
No, that's Tio from Minnesota. This is Tio from Canada.
Oh, so there's Canadian Tio right now, right? All right, Tio. So what's up to Bassirou?
I didn't vote for Trump.
So what's up to the man Bassirou?
What up, Bass?
I'm good, buddy. How you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm super cool too, bro. Just to run into things, man, I just want to say thank you for explaining your side of the story. You know, like old people say, there's two sides to every story. You dropped your side, we heard other people's side. But at the end of the day, as a brother, I just want to say, you know, whatever happened that night between you and those artists, I hope you guys can work it out. We understand you speaking from a businessman point of view, but sometimes you don't have to be harsh to tell people how you work. Like you saying, oh, I was just a businessman and I play my part, you play your part, you sign the contract in my interest. I think that's where the misunderstanding, hard feelings, you know, coming from, that people feel like, oh, so you took advantage of us not knowing better, or our managers not knowing better, which again is not your fault. It is up to the manager. As a manager, you should know how to manage your artists. You should know the value of your artists. It's not your fault, you know. I just want to say, you know, in the future, when you're dealing with these guys, you know, next time, like you said, you want to help, you know, we understand the word help. Help is to help. Be there to help them. You know, if they're making a mistake, try to guide them, you know, be straight up with them. What you have to offer them on the table, you offer them. But you keep asking them for contract, knowing that they don't know the game 100%. It sounds like you playing a game with them because you already know how they're going to bring that contract back to you, you know.
All right, Tio.
You know, big up to you. You're doing your thing. I appreciate you. I support your stuff. I was in LRB for your All White with John DeMello.
Oh man,
you been in the game for a minute, man. You know what I mean?
Oh man,
Yeah, man.
thanks, much love.
Yeah, way back, man. Way back. You probably don't remember.
Appreciate it.
Way back, we had the white Hummer that night, bro.
But I see at least you can testify to how long I've been in this thing, supporting our brothers, trying to get people out there.
Now you been around for a minute, bro. I know what's up. I know
Much love. Appreciate
Casey, my cousin. I know what's up. But we'll talk off air.
No problem, buddy.
All right, Tio, thanks for calling. Before I take another caller, let me get my 2 cents in this whole thing here, before I go back to Bassirou. Now, let's talk a little bit, caller Wismore, because I hear a lot of people saying that Bassirou took advantage. Now, I'm not taking Bassirou's side because it's on my show. No, I'm not. I'm not going to take it aside. But I'm trying to understand. I've been listening to a lot of people Facebook Live, right? The artists, most especially Bucky Raw, and I think Chris to Change also complained. But I never heard any of the artists say that they're complaining because they weren't paid or they weren't paid fairly. Most of what I heard was they weren't really recognized or they were given hot water to drink and stuff like that. Never, Bucky Raw was on my show and he did not say that he wasn't paid fairly. Nobody that went to the show, I also asked 2 artists behind closed door, and they told me that the show was great. They had the opportunity of performing, and they were happy. Nobody, and if anybody watching or anybody heard an artist said that they weren't paid fairly, y'all please post it, because I never heard anybody say that they never got paid fairly. So I don't understand if you say he took advantage. Maybe the people at the show didn't treat an individual, the artist, right. I can understand that. He wasn't there, right? So we can understand that. But if you say he taking advantage of the artist, then I want to understand how, when it comes to the finance part, how was the artist taking advantage of? I really want to understand that because I'm a little confused when it comes to that. Let's take this other caller real quick. Caller, mute your sound. Quick, mute your sound, please. I'm getting feedback. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Excuse me?
Caller, do me a favor and caller. Hello?
Yes.
All
Hello?
right. I can hear myself.
Yeah, you can hear yourself because I'm trying to call on the line.
Yeah, but do me this. You calling me and you also playing the video in the back. That's what I'm saying. So
yeah, I'm listening to what you're saying, and that's what people do.
No, people don't.
I work at Hot 97, so I have to listen to your conversation, right?
All right. Excuse me, caller. Hello, are you there?
Uh-huh.
All right.
I'm here.
When you call the show, you need to mute your sound so that I can hear you.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, that's better. Thanks for calling. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Precious. I live in New York. I'm calling from Manhattan.
Thanks for calling, Precious. Say what's up to Bassirou.
Hi, Bassirou.
Hi, Precious. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. I work at Hot 97, so the whole Wizkid thing about Bucky Raw going in, because I work with a radio station, so I know what's up. From a business point of view, you did the right thing. Bucky Raw, all of them, Liberian people, we got problems. They had to be satisfied and they had to please. So you can't let people keep saying negativity things about you and you feel into that. You do what you do and you move on. This is business. I deal with Liberian artists every time to be like, oh, why you don't want to put me on Hot 97, blah. When you put that in, it's a problem. If you don't put that in, it's a problem. It's African people. We just had to be satisfied and had to be pleased. And that's it. I love you, so you're doing a good job. So don't let nobody stresses you out.
That's what's up. Thanks for calling, Precious. We appreciate the phone call.
Thank you very much.
Yep, bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I just lost Bassirou. We will wait for him to call back. I hope his phone didn't die. Now, let me just, the brother is driving. He pulled over just to be on this show. Because at first I told him 10 o'clock. So he's actually driving, going out of state, and he pulled over just to be on the show. So I'm going to wait for him to call back, and I'm going to take more phone calls. But let's be fair. He's not on the show right now, so let's talk. As I was saying, nobody complained that he didn't pay them fairly. No. So what I want to know is how did he take advantage of them? Now his management team at the show probably didn't do a good job by giving the artists hot water. According to him, there was water for the artists, but he went and pulled some stuff. Now it's up to you guys to believe him or not. But like Tia said, there's two sides to every story. All right, so I'm hoping that he will call back. Maybe he's somewhere. Oh, he's calling. Hey, Bassirou, thanks for calling, man. Thanks for calling back, brother.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you. I'm sorry.
Right. Yeah, that's fine. So let's take the call. Keep coming, my man. So let's take a few more calls, and then we'll turn it back over to you. Caller, thanks for calling. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hi, this is Serena.
Hey, Serena, how are you?
Lincoln. I'm good, and you?
I'm fine. Before you come on, Bassirou, you missed that girl, but basically she was saying that she worked at Hot 97, and a lot of Liberian she basically saying that Liberian people sometimes they're not too appreciative. Basically, that's just to miss what she said.
Whoever she is, my appreciation for her as well.
Okay. Serena, go ahead. Say what's up to Bassirou.
Hey, Bassirou. Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong.
I probably pronouncing it wrong too.
That's fine. I'm just going with, if you have a B in it, we're going.
Go ahead, Serena.
But yeah, like everybody else said, or seeing the live video, it was entertaining, and we didn't really hear your. And I would tell you personally, because I support a lot of Liberian artists, and a lot of them are very immature, and they don't know how to do business well. Whosoever I offend, I'm not saying names, but I really don't care, but it's the truth. You would go out of your way to, support them, do whatever it is, but sometimes people don't know how to act. So there was a contract. You're a businessman. You're not here to teach people the game. And now that we hear your side of the story, at least you're not a bad person anymore in my eyes. I think you're very intelligent. You're a great businessman. And keep up the good work. Once your intentions are good, that's all that matters. And at the end of the day, only God knows the truth. Only God knows what happened. And like I said, once your intention was great, that's all that matters. But, me and my get patient, yeah, nah. So if you're trying to hit up with a new car, I'm just kidding. But have a good one.
All right,
you too. God bless.
Serena, thanks for calling. This other call. Caller, thanks for calling. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Converse Brazil.
Converse Brazil. What's going on? Hi, California, my man.
California, good, sweet.
So what's up to the man Bassirou?
Huh?
Our mother the man into them, man. So what's up to the man Bassirou?
What's up, boss?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Another day.
Good.
Another day.
All right, go ahead, buddy.
I'm just weighing in, man. I'm listening. I'm taking it all in. Of course, the only thing we got was one side. And two things I want to say. There's not two sides to every story. There's three sides to every story. Here's, there, and then the truth. So we're getting to the bottom of it. The man's a businessman. He's right. My whole thing is, I'm like you, Lincoln. I don't understand how somebody can say that you're the artist when the man clearly let you decide what you are worth. It's clear. If you send me a contract, what you wanted in there, and you shouldn't even send a contract without a writer, but everybody got managers that don't know nothing. You don't really need a manager if you really ain't up there. Or do your homework, research, Google. Send it with a writer. Writer can say anything. Look at what her name. Some people only want red candy. Some only people want white candy. J-Lo only want white linen sheets. It's crazy like that. So what I'm saying is, don't blame the management team. Don't do that. Don't blame the management team that put on the show. Blame your own management team and your own contracts that you sent. Because again, nobody came on to say, "Oh, we decided, we wrote our own contract, we signed our own death certificate." And The only positive thing I've seen so far was Scarlett White a post, and she seemed like she accomplished what she set out to do. That's all I'm saying.
Thank you.
That's the man.
God bless. God bless.
Brother, thanks for calling, man. Who stole my bandwagon CD?
Who stole my bandwagon CD?
All right, buddy. Yeah, for those of you I don't know who just called, man, they had a group called Bandwagon back in the day when the whole hip code thing started. They were forced to reckon with in the U.S. For those of you that just tuned in, we're talking to the man. I'm gonna just call the man Boss. All right, moving forward. We're talking to the brother. Someone told me to call it short. We're talking to the man Boss, and basically,
listen. I hope it's not Jimmy or Margene or anybody, because, man, listen, that was like in kindergarten, man, when I was playing the ring in Liberia. So, 1990, please.
Boss.
But anyway.
Well, bringing it back, my man. We're bringing it back. But, all right, so while we waiting for more caller, I saw something you posted on Facebook about trying to do a show in Liberia come December 24th. America versus Liberia.
Liberian America Liberian meets Liberia.
Well, let me just ask you this though. Before, I think it's a good idea, but you think that's the right route to go though, knowing our people. And I mean, can you do something like a collaboration or because?
Well, let me address that. So, I have a friend who, again, I like to mention the wealth of my friends because it makes it easy for me to address them. I have a friend in Nigeria and another friend in Ghana. Both of them they are partners in the entertainment thing that they do, and they launched something a couple of years ago called Ghana Meet Nigeria. And every year around the Christmas season and stuff like that, they bring some of the Ghana greatest musicians, some of the Nigerian greatest musicians, put them on one stage and just put a prize money. You know what I'm saying? The money basically go to charity. Split the money among so the winning country split the money, with all the different charity of their choices, and then that's the way it go about. So the idea is something that is coming from there, that I took from them, and I said to myself, let me come up with $60,000 USD. And the $60,000, the way I'm going to split the money, I split it in two. So there'll be $30,000. I'm not paying no Liberian artists. If you're interested, if you have interest in the show, once I decide to go public with it, and you have interest in it, you will send us your resume. You will send us an application. And what that application does is that once approved and accepted into the lineup, we will give you a return flight ticket. We'll pay for your hotel from the day you're there up to the day you leave, based on our schedule. And then you will just, you'll be able to commit to everything we want you to do while you're there, such as doing charity work, as an American group of musicians, Liberian American group of musicians. We'll do charity work, and then on the eve of Christmas or so, we'll have this big mega concert on ATS Stadium, get sponsors and stuff. And the winning country, being it Americans Liberians in America, musicians, or Liberians locally, the winning country, they would then vote what they want to do with the money. If they say they want to share the money among themselves, that's $30,000. They can share that about $3,000 a piece. They will share among themselves. If the Liberians decide that they want that money, I'm pretty sure the local guys don't say, "My man, you get our money, yeah." So, so that's the whole idea.
So,
but yeah.
So, how do you get to determine who wins? Is it based on the crowd, the audience, or is it judges?
So, I just put in a request for there's a technology they use on this thing called Wadding Out on the Nick Cannon show.
Yeah, Wadding Out. Yeah.
So it goes about the noise the audience make determines by the reading of on the data tells you how loud it was for this person or for this group. And I'm just going to use technology to determine that, because if you put other Liberian in there, you already know, man. Listen, I'll make you win, but then you'll miss you. In it.
But at the same time though, so basically, if you're doing it in Liberia, right? You already know the local artists will have the advantage, because the fan right over there, already know this. Because for example, if you bring this group, So Fresh. The minute I can be doing that 1 minute,
man match.
Yeah, they'll do the 1 minute artist or whatever on the beach. What all these,
Yeah.
If you put a man in there, right, when they finish singing, and then you put someone from here, obviously they got the advantage.
No. Let me tell you this. I remember I like to call Bucket name because, like I say, I got mad respect and love for this kid, and he's doing his thing. Bucket and I had an argument on the phone when I called him during the time of the concert, and he was talking. I wasn't talking. And then he said something that I really want to capitalize on. Bucket said, something about the still money paying the Wizkid people. I can go like bro and make that still money on one concert. So my whole idea is I put the Bucket on my lineup. Let's go like bro. Let's go make the money. You know what I'm saying? So listen. I put all the big names, the greatest one and the greatest ones that say they're running America, in the Liberian entertainment industry. And listen, let's go Liberia. Let's prove to people that, listen, what we got going on in America, you ain't got 10% of it. And let's see, let real Liberian determine. Because I can't determine that kind of vote. You can't. You know what I'm saying? But if the people on the ground who really supporting Liberia as we are all Liberians, everybody on one stage, one night, one day, I don't know, man.
That's big.
We can all, that's what it's about.
I mean, I don't think it. I mean, it's good with the competition thing too. Don't get me wrong, but I think that would be big because once again, it hasn't been done. Right, it hasn't been done, and you taking the initiative, so that would be huge. So this is something you committed to. This is something you're going to do, and you set the date already, December 24th.
Yeah, so I have a team. Because normally everything I do like, bro, I work with Blue. It's a very good friend since ATL days. Blue and I spoke about it. We're trying to put things in the plate. The funding is already available. For the funding part, that we don't need to allocate budget for anything. Royal Gold stand by SB Entertainment, so that covers anything we have to do financially. So now what we're trying to put in place is making sure venues available, making sure we talk to other sponsors and stuff, and talk to different charity organizations and see how does it benefit Liberia as a whole. Because remember, we are not politicians. We are entertainment group. So we want to see how it benefits Liberia as a whole. What kind of message does it send? And what kind of inspiration is it going to give to people? You know what I'm saying? And how can we, as Liberians living in America with the blessings that God have bestowed upon us, just to live in America alone, what impact can we give to the people there? Because a lot of people think being in America is all bread and butter. So how can we go and educate people? How can we share the blessing and the wealth? So that's all it's about. It's not about the money, and that's why I will be. I know they're like the Americans here are gonna win. My brothers in there, because listen, I got Bucky on the team. What I bucket lucky or not, I'm gonna drag into Liberia, either by rope or by chain. By the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I'm hoping that with the craft and technique and what they got going on here, they can win it and set an example and say, listen, we want you guys, but we want to share the money among you guys so that you can add to your next studio time, your next music video and stuff like that. And at least some of them will be able to give these boys insight, as to what they have accomplished in what they do, and hopefully bless them with some free collabos. It's not about inspiring, the next generation. So, and that's what it's about. That's why I'm willing to do the 60,000, and I'm not taking a look back to know if it's money or nothing. Because like I say, I don't worry about money. Money worry about me. You know what I'm saying? My blessing is from above, and that's all it's about. So, to God be the glory that I have, set this aside, and if everyone work along with me, should the time be, I'm pretty sure that we can accomplish this. The only way it's not going to be accomplished unless people start telling me I'm gonna pay them to go to Liberia to do a show. Then listen, I'll keep my money and go to Punta Cana like I always do, and just pop some bottles and do what I do. But
I'm pretty sure. Let me take this call while I talk. Carter, just hold on 1 minute. I'm pretty like I said again. We some of us been Carter, just mute your sound as I'll mute it for you. Some of us been, trying to help promote entertainment for the longest, and we always complain that, people with money are not trying to invest in Liberian entertainment. And here you come, with this idea that I think is a wonderful idea. And I already know some Liberians will already start criticizing like someone's doing right now on social media, saying that's not even fair. It's not a matter. It's not a matter of being fair, like you said. It's not only about the money, but to bring that a unity between artists, to give them that notion that they are important to, they can do this, to bring artists from the U.S. and help and put them on the same stage with artists in Liberia. Maybe they can do a possibly collaboration, meet, and then other people might see this, and maybe he might see how it goes and maybe want to invest even more. We complain all the time that we don't have anybody trying to invest in our entertainment industry. Yeah, we have the gentleman, this idea trying to do something, but when we over there, it's not even fair. It's not, come on, guys, let's be real, all right? Let's be real. Let's be realistic. This is a beginning. I don't care if it's even fair or not. As long as it's possible, as long as it can happen, where you can have artists from here and artists in Liberia on the same stage, sharing the same stage and singing and doing stuff, that's big right there. And I hope, I'm gonna follow you on this, brother. December 24th, I hope the artists in the U.S. over here will be willing to understand what he's trying to do and go along with it. Sometimes, exposure is way better than the little money you will get, because in the future, that exposure will take you a lot of other places. Carter, thanks for calling. What's your name? Where you calling from?
It's DJ Fines.
Fines, what's going on, brother?
I was listening to you trying to criticize what I said about not being fair.
Actually, you know what? It wasn't you, but let me see what you said too. Then I'll criticize it too.
I did say that was me who said that it wasn't.
No, you
fair.
said good luck. The person that said it wasn't fair. Oh yeah, actually it was you. It was you. Say what's up to Bassirou. Say what's up to Bassirou first, my man.
The reason why I said that.
Say what's up to Bassirou first, my man.
Hey, what's up, Bassirou? How you doing?
I'm blessed, buddy. What's up with you?
My thing was what he was mentioning, like the competition, is exactly what you said. There's no way you can take Liberian artists from outside into Liberia and think that they're going to compete to win against those guys over there. It's not going to happen. That's why I said it's not fair. Now, the idea is a great idea. Don't get me wrong. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I wasn't even going to call. I was just going to continue listening to the show. But when you made that statement, it's not anything for me to say I'm trying to down the guy and what he's doing. But the competition to the point where he's trying to make it like, all right, the guys from America is going to win. It's like almost you look at the thing with Young Moose going to LIB. When he got over there, he had to throw money out for people to even hype people up. You understand what I'm saying? So the competition part of it is not going to be fair.
But fine, you understand what he's trying to do. It's not so much like he said. He said it before I read that. He said it's not so much about the competition. All right, he's saying, listen, brother. He's saying the artists are gonna win because he's rooting for them. He's coming from here and bringing them. If I'm taking my team somewhere, I'm gonna say my team gonna win. It doesn't necessarily mean my team gonna win.
What I'm
saying to you is, I don't want you to take what I said. I don't want you to misunderstand when I say it's not fair, meaning like, oh, it's not fair that he's doing what he's doing. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. No, I said thanks for clarifying it. But at the end of the day, it's not about the competition.
But just to say something about Bassirou real quick, before I get off your line, I know you don't want people staying too long on your line. When he did that event that he did in Maryland, the National Party, I had the opportunity to speak with him.
Oh wow!
One of the things I really didn't like, because he actually wanted us to help him promote that event. One of the things I really didn't like, I heard him talking about that event, and he said it had nothing to do with the whole Liberian entertainment. He made a statement to me on the phone that event, what he was going to do, if he would have made it big, would have crushed the LEA. And that's direct comment between me and him in the conversation that we had. I think that comment was one of the things that kind of threw me away from him. Because, yes, I know he's a businessman and he's trying to make his money, but I think when it comes to things that uplift Liberia and pull Liberia to a certain stage, I think we all should be wrapping our hands around each other to make it happen. And with the kind of money he's claiming he have, and with all this talk he's been talking about money and what he can do with his money, I think there's a lot of bigger things he can do that will help the industry than just focusing on the part that's going to just only make him money. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, as a businessman, your goal is to make money. But there are bigger things with the industry. Like, typical example, the structuring of the industry can make him millions of dollars. But right now he doesn't see that, or
All right,
maybe he just doesn't want to talk about it.
hold on, talk. But before you even address that, let me ask you this, Fines, because you also promote entertainment. So
Correct.
he just said, right, that he's trying to have a thing in December 24th, right? He just coming. He's been doing this for a while, but he's been international. So basically, he just had a concert, right? And he brought Liberian artists on the same stage with Wizkid. He saw that.
Correct.
He saw the crowd, and now his next thing is he having another thing. I believe he said in Minnesota, right, where he's gonna bring, he's gonna have Skylar White and a couple of other people, and then he just mentioned that he's trying to bring Liberian artists from the U.S. to Liberia. Now, this is something that hasn't been done before, right?
Correct.
So he's trying to do it. Isn't that trying to help uplift Liberian entertainment?
I do not disagree, but you're missing the point, Lincoln.
No, I'm not missing the point.
Lincoln,
all right, let him address it himself.
Yeah, let me say this. I don't remember the
Wait, Bassirou, let him. Go ahead.
Let me say this to you real quick. This man, as I listen to him talk, because I've been on the show since you guys started. As I listen to him talk, this is not his first time coming around this. He's not new to this. He started from a long time ago. And if you look at his path right now, his path is he's structuring events. And what he's doing as he structures events is he's making money. That's his aim. He has figured out a way. If you listen to him when he opened the club in Liberia, that he lost money, he has figured out a way to make money. And if he can make money, and I'm not mad at him, don't get me wrong, that's what he's doing. So he's making money in the name of the Liberian entertainment industry. You understand what I'm saying? For you and I, who's been doing this thing on the ground with little or nothing that we have, what I'm saying is, with a man of his caliber that claims he has so much money, the simple structuring of the Liberian entertainment industry can even make him more millions. Because if you look at the bigger people who had the money that happen to structure the Nigerian entertainment industry, they're making stacks right now. It's almost like whoever put Hollywood together.
All right, you got to wrap it up so he can come in.
Cool. All right, so that was my point I was making. So for you to claim that what he's doing now is not like he just started. He's been doing this for a long time.
Okay, I'm gonna let him talk because it's about him. It's not about me. Go ahead, Sheikh.
Yeah. First of all, let me backtrack a little bit to the mansion party. I don't remember the gentleman was on the phone, but if you say I spoke to him at this, I did. I talked a lot. I spoke to a lot of people doing the mansion party. I remember saying this to a lot of people because people kept saying, "Well, why are you doing it on Liberian weekend and this and this?" I think in my defense, what I said was, I don't remember the U.S. government making any week in America as a Liberian weekend. That was the first thing I said. And then the second thing, people kept saying, "Well, you're trying to sabotage the LEA and stuff like that." And again, I'm the kind of person who I don't know how to lie or make something feels good for my benefit. I think I remember telling a few people, I said, one thing that the LEA should have been doing by now, after having it for 4 or 5 years, they should have been allocating budget out of the money that they make out of the door or the ticket sales, and help promote Liberian entertainment industry, Liberian music industry, such as paying for collabo, paying for sponsoring some of these guys to make it to the next level. It's not every year that they come, collect money at the door, and then go sit down and enjoy, and then the next year they kind of give you a piece of glass with your name on it. So I remember what I said very well. And then somebody said to me, he said, the person I was talking, maybe it was him, the person said, "Well, I mean, I don't care how you looked at it, you still trying to sabotage." I said, no, if I want to sabotage, I won't just bring flavor, okay? I will bring 9 Nigerian artists, and I will do a free show as a charity thing, and I will do it right downtown Silver Spring, right by the how they call it, the movie theater that everybody holds their event on that street, and do a free show while they're having the show right next door. And that's what you call sabotage, because I don't care. That would be a statement I'll be making. And whether I lose, I say after I've lost enough money in Liberia. So if I do that and lose another money, then so be it. But again, when I said that, it wasn't to be arrogant or to be disrespectful to LEA in any way, form, or shape, or size. It was just to let people understand that I'm not running competition with LEA. Okay, if I want to run competition with them, I will have a different award show on the same day. There's so many ways I could have done it to run competition. So there's no disrespect to what they do. I admire it. I think even a couple of years back, I was one of the nominees on the show at Royal Gold Entertainment and whatsoever. And I actually attended that show, and it was beautiful. So I don't have any disrespect to anything anybody do as to how they make their money and stuff. Now, as to my claim, as to what I have, what I don't have, I'm not here to claim. You can do your research about me. You can pick up the phone call like Bureau. You can do more about. You can ask people. Okay. You can go Google what Royal Gold is about and go check with the Secretary of State in New York and see what Royal Gold is about. Okay. So at the end of the day, I'm not trying to brag because I don't brag. I give testimony, and my entire life is testimony. My glory go to God. So people might consider he's bragging about money. No, I'm telling you how blessed I am, how merciful God has been to me, and how graceful and how appreciative I am to what God is doing for me. And that's all it is.
Okay.
Sorry, the cleaning statement wasn't meant to be negative. I was just saying it because that's what you said. I have no proof. I can't prove that. You understand what I'm saying? So I wasn't saying that to be negative. I was just saying that because that's words coming out of your mouth. So it was me referencing what you are saying. And secondly,
okay, fine, my man. The other people calling back.
I know. Just give me 1 second, my man.
Yeah, you're not
talking.
talking.
Listening for a whole 2 hours. Give me
all right, go ahead. Hurry up, bye. People calling.
The whole mansion thing. Me, you never went in detail on that stuff. You explained. I think you was excited about making the mansion party great, and you said that once you get the mansion party, it's going to take over what the LEA was doing. And for me, that was negative. I was more like, let's put the Liberian Entertainment Awards on the next level. And if you can help, then help. You know what I mean? That's what it was. But thank you.
All right, fine. Thanks for calling. Appreciate the phone
Much
call.
love.
And the man, call everybody. All right, so we're talking to the man, Bassirou. Wait, my man, is it Bassirou or Bassirou?
Okay, let me say my name again. My full name, according to my government paper. Okay, is Sheikh.
Sheikh.
Bassirou.
I've been saying it right. Bassirou.
Bashir.
My man, you pushing it now. Bassirou is how far gonna stop?
Oh, okay, no problem.
Bassirou.
I will work with whatever you can work with.
Bassirou. All right, so I'll put a Siru and then Bassirou. All right.
But the Sheikh is mandatory as the first name.
Sheikh.
Yeah, Sheikh.
Sheikh. All right, let's take this other caller. Caller, thanks for calling. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Flex from Convict Records.
Flex from Convict Records.
I've been trying to talk to.
let me put it on. I don't care who you are, Flex. When I message you, please respond to my message, brother. Stop ignoring
I'm sorry,
me.
brother.
Even if you busy, when it says seen on Facebook, that means just respond. Say, my man, I'm busy. I will get back to you. All right, but anyway, I'm
sorry, man.
Thanks for calling. Say what's up to the man, Bassirou.
What's up, people? About you?
Nothing much, my man. I've been trying to reach out to you, but it's all good. What's going on? Much love.
Yeah, man. I just feel like what I'm trying to say is I feel like the Liberian Entertainment is not just the promoter. The man got his money. He worked hard for it. Whatever he want to do with his money, that's his problem. I feel like the artist has got to learn the business. I feel like that's where the problem is at. You know, if somebody taking you and trying to put you on a platform, a bigger platform, you got to behave like an artist that belong on a bigger platform. You know, and I feel like the way the music industry is picking up, if we don't have that business mentality around us as artists, we're gonna flunk. You know, and I'm not gonna come out here and bash you and say this and this and that. I heard everything that went on, but you guys always gotta remember, whenever there's a big name on a ticket for a show, whoever that come to that show, that's what they come for. You are that opening, you just there to make a name of yourself. But the crowd focus is already focused on seeing Wizkid, and you are just the guy that on that stage slowing down the process for them seeing Wizkid. You know, so at the end of the day, we all gotta know what we putting our hands in. You know, so if you're gonna get on a show and say you're gonna go over there and you get in your feelings for certain stuff, but I feel like you should know the business. Aaron, that's why people work, you know. And I respect Bassirou for what he's doing. Because I went to the mansion party myself when I was in the LEA. I had a problem with the LEA when I got there because they wasn't trying to pay me what I was actually requiring, you know. And it's not because I wasn't even charging $1 million. I was charging lower than a pocket change. You know, I want a $10,000 quote to the LEA, and I'm charging you guys $1,000 to come and perform. Can you believe that? And you trying to give me $1,000 to come and perform? You know, it was just, to me, I felt like it was a smack in the face. So whoever that can take over and do better for the country, man, let's just do it and just start forgetting all this he say, she say, or who doing what and who not doing what. Let's just everybody just do what they got to do and see what we can get out of it.
All right, Flex. That's
Much
the man.
love, brother. Much love. Appreciate it.
That's the man Flex from Convict Records. Flex, thanks for calling, man. Appreciate the phone call.
Anytime, brother.
All right, guys. We are running out of time. I told Bassirou he was going to be here for an hour. It's been an hour and 40 minutes. I just want to say, man, Bassirou, you know, like the man Fine said, you know, I've been trying my little time or whatever I got. I ain't got money, but I try with what I have to help promote Liberian entertainment industry. As a business person, you know, it has to be within your interest. But if you also trying to help the artists and also benefit, that's business right there. I mean, people are saying, oh, you got all this money, why don't you just do? No, that's not how business works. All right, if the gentleman is paying the artist to come and perform and he also benefiting, then both party benefits. You know, so let's I'm gonna turn it over to you shortly, but I just want to say let's embrace our brother. He's been doing this for a while. He usually do international artists. I've been following him. He even did, I don't know if it was Mali, where you had Mali. I think Flavor was there, but you also had F.A was in the group.
F.A from Liberia.
Right.
That's the thing. I've never done anything anywhere in the world that I don't put Liberian on. I don't care what the Liberian artist would be. You know, I remember, I think F.A said, my man, you know, the flight, you know, you're my brother. I'm not going to charge you plenty of money. Just put me on a regular seat. You know what I told F.A? I said, if Flavor and J Martin flying on first class, there is no way that I'll be alive and let you fly regular class. And I put him on first class. I gave him an executive suite right next to Flavor's suite and J Martin's suite. They were on the same floor because we rented a whole hotel in Mali because there's like 25 different artists from around the world. So, you know, again, like I said, I'm not trying to blow my own horn here and there, but you know, let's say what I've done, and I mean the losses is there to prove how long I've been in it. And if it's time to make money, I'm gonna make money. You know, regardless of how people feel or whatsoever. I'm not gonna try to milk anybody out of what they ask me for. Whatever you ask for, that's what you get. Now, if you're my artist and you're on my label, you definitely know that, you know, then the best is yet to come. So, yeah, listen, if you're out there and you're looking for, you know, someone to represent you or someone to speak in your interest, and you think you got good music to make money and make yourself rich, reach out. You know, SB Entertainment, Oceanwide, we're ready to work with anybody. You know, we don't back down.
That's what's up. Well, ladies and gentlemen, before I let Bassirou go, you guys just heard his part of the story. There's been a lot of Facebook Live and all that stuff, but I'm just glad that, you know, you heard his side of the story. So you can basically, you heard all the sides right now, and then you can, you know, you already know what the gentleman is about. He told you from the get-go. He explained his story about how he got started up to now and his future for Liberia. And Bassirou, I just hope that, you know, December 24th, you know, you say you don't let people to dare you or whatever. I dare you. Eh? I'll put it on Facebook. I dare you to make it happen, brother. And I know, you know, our entertainment industry, the artists making good music now. Back then, like when you had the Temptation Club, like you said, it wasn't, you know, but I'm pretty sure now things have gotten better. So please, brother, try to invest more and more into Liberian entertainment industry and see. I mean, as a business person, if it's not working for you, you know, then at least you try again. But just try to, you know, come back home a little bit. You know, what you're doing is good. You know, collaboration. You know, the American artists, Liberian American artists here. You know, you're planning to take them back home and do collaboration at one stage. That's a wonderful idea. I hope that does not stop there. I hope there's more in the future. I will be contacting you every time. I will send you link to some artists and all that stuff, just so you are familiar with some of these artists. But let me turn it over to you. Thanks again. Yeah, you've been in your car for over an hour and almost 2 hours now. But thanks so much. I really appreciate you taking this time to come on my platform. Let me turn it over to you to close stuff up, to summarize, to give you a shout out and all that good stuff.
Again, you know, like I said from the beginning, thanks for having me on your show. It's been long coming, long overdue because, I was ready and set when we're doing Mali. And you reached out to me and, but anyways, much love to the listener, those that tune in, the viewers and everybody else. Again, it comes down to the bottom line. I have lost enough in doing business in Liberia. I just want people to understand that at least let me try to recover from the losses over the years, and I can assure you, I would never do a show anywhere in the world without having Liberians on it. I don't even care if the person can sing or don't sing. If you want a microphone and you're Liberian, I'll put you on the stage, just so that people don't say, "Oh, he did it with all Liberians." Okay. Now, for the business aspect of the whole thing, let's understand, I'm not in this to lose. Okay. So first and foremost, let's, we all get up in the morning, go to work. If they don't give you a check at the end of the month, you're pretty sure you'll be pissed. So let's keep it real. The love and support from those that understand what the realities of business is, I appreciate it. For those that don't understand, I'm sorry, that you don't understand what entertainment is and you don't understand what business and contract is all about. For those artists that felt that they were cheated out of something, I still don't understand how, and I can apologize for that. Will never apologize. As for the love, I have it for each and every one that came on that platform and did what they did. I'm looking forward to working with you guys in the future, doing bigger things. I look forward to hearing from you guys, reaching out, love and support. SB Entertainment is born. It's a rebirth. You want to reach out to us, you can go on Instagram. That's SB Entertainment. Instagram, Sheikh Bassirou Entertainment on Facebook. Send us your love, send us your music, send me what you can send me. I have a whole team, in collaboration with Sound City and other entertainment industry in the U.S. and in Nigeria. So if there's anything I can do as a Liberian to help anyone out there, and your music is right to make it, I'm pretty sure we will stand by you and will help push you to the next level. But just understand that push comes with some benefit to us in return, because it's all about investing and getting back. Don't get me wrong, you will take a bigger piece of the pie, but we just have to make sure that we're part of it. And if you have a manager and you want to be on our platform, we'll work with your manager, so long the manager understand that we are business people. And God first, and God is love, and that's all I can say. I give God the glory for the opportunity to be on your show, and I thank God for you guys listening to my testimony as to where I started from and to where I am and where I'm heading to. God bless us all.
That's what's up. With that being said, Sheikh, Bassirou, thank you once again for coming on this platform and just letting us know a little bit about yourself and the things that you got going on. Good luck in the future, and I know that you will definitely continue to invest in Liberia. And sometime, our people, whatever you do in life, there's going to be people that will criticize you. But as long as those people that appreciating what you do is more than those that are criticizing you, that means you're doing something great. So continue the good work, and may God bless you, man. And enjoy, safe ride. I know you on the road, so drive safely, brother.
Absolutely, brother. I'm about to continue. Thanks a lot for having me.
All right, no problem. Bye. All right. Well, ladies and gents, with that being said, I just want to say thanks to everybody for taking the time to hear the brother's story. We always cried about wanting investors to invest in our entertainment industry, and it looks like he's trying to invest. But as a businessman, you can't just invest and not get something back. He told us his story as to how he got started. He had a club, and no Liberian was supporting it. And then as soon as he brought some kind of Nigerian artist or something, the club was full. That should tell you something about the lack of support within the Liberian community. Now, things are getting better. Things have gotten better from back in the day. He started the club 2010, Club Temptation. So we in 2017, things have gotten better. So instead of, us always criticizing, there was a huge Facebook live thing, with the hot water situation. I understand the frustration, but he also explained that the management team, they didn't do a good job of trying to take care of the artist. He wasn't there. You know, that part, I understand it. But as far as trying to pay the artist what they asked for, according to him, he paid them. And if that is true, then, you know, I don't get it. Poor management, you know, backstage and all that stuff. I can understand all of that. And I think he apologized on that. So let's be very mindful, man. You know, we cry all the time about trying to get investors. This brother seemed like he went to invest, you know, at the same time trying to get something back. All right, so let's see how the December 24th gonna go. You know, is it a right route to go about doing it with the competition part? I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But is it a good idea to try to bring about exposure where you have artists from the U.S. and artists in Liberia on one stage doing something that will make them feel important about themselves? You know, I think that's a wonderful idea. And I'm hoping the artists that he reached out to in the U.S. would take that opportunity to do it. He's paying for your plane ticket. He's paying for a place for you to sleep and all that stuff. You know, you guys do the negotiation and let's make it happen. All right. And once again, thanks to everybody for watching. I really appreciate it. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the love. I urge you guys to go and download the app, though. Go and download Wology. Like the Facebook page. Go on iRapLIB. Check out the iRapLIB website. All the latest Liberian music videos, they're all there. You know, you guys check it out, and y'all continue supporting, continue sharing the videos, and you guys have a wonderful, wonderful night. And let me just say something real quick, because I'm tired of people calling this show every time and saying artists. That's not a word. It's artists. You guys have a good night.
That's where I'm from.